Power hidden within that is what you truly seek. Let's see. Invasions. There were many of them. However, I am afraid if I tell you my tale, it will take many, many days. What is your schedule like then? Haste. That is the true bane of our time. Well then, I'll be brief. The most terrible of invasions, led by great gods, were ultimately fought off thanks to the luminaries. Fortunately for our homeworld, it is rare for great gods to command their armies in person. Most of the time, our valiant defenders will instead have to deal with their avatars. If you will remember, you met one of these creatures yourself. Avatars are less powerful than a great god. In spite of that, they will still bring disaster and destruction to our world. As the saying goes, a Minar may be small, but their bite can still be painful. That said, don't forget that conflict and chaos bring about opportunity. Just try to imagine our joy and wonderment when it was discovered that defeating an avatar will grant one powers that start an immortal's path to divinity. It was as though we discovered a shorter, albeit more strenuous route, a loophole for the brave. Once they made this discovery, many immortals, including Iana, saw this as their only path. But the first one to take it was Metarchus. If you want to know more, you are going to have to ask him yourself.
Yesterday, a friend of mine told me that a massive... Finally, it's about
Ah, you again. Still spilling your blood for nothing? Well, what do you want to hear about? This is the army of the Integrator, the machine god. They first came here during the Dark Times. His army was devastated, but he himself survived. Now, he's back with his new, advanced fighters. Since he's a god, somebody must be worshipping him. But there are no living creatures in his army, only machines. However, there were cases when the mechanoids abducted humans and took them away. Where? Nobody knows. Your guess is as good as mine. These ones look human, but when you cut them open, they're neither mammals nor reptiles, and they have snakes instead of hair. There are immortals among them, and even gods. They've captured about 30 worlds, and they are not stopping anytime soon. Females are in charge of everything. They rule and they fight. Males are their slaves and expendables. Some of my guys had fantasies about being captured by beautiful Gorgonites. One even wrote a book. But this is all nonsense. What's important is that their magic is rather weak. However, their technology is 30 years ahead of ours. Keep that in mind. We have an old feud with Reapers. Their god Thanatos invaded us in Allies times. Last time they came was 200 years ago. We beat them, but not all of them. There are still too many Reapers hiding in caves and clefts. Too many. So an invasion is just half the problem. They've been nesting all over Aelion for centuries. They hide, procreate, and wait for their god. Verds are their expendables. They are huge rats. They're not too smart or strong, but they breed like rabbits. Reapers themselves are a whole nother story. They are humans, like us. You shouldn't spread this information, but what they say about them stealing babies is true. They steal and expose them to their nasty magic. Those who survive become Reapers. Those who die turn into carry-ons. If you see a Reaper, then you know it's a civilian that we failed to rescue. Sadly, this is how it works. Everybody fights us. Bugs, fish, tin cans. Now, even flowers. They used to be like us, but then they contaminated their planet so badly that they had to switch to photosynthesis. They transformed themselves with magic to be able to feed on the sunlight and breathe poison. They liked it so much, they can't stop now. They keep on changing. Can you imagine what kind of magic is required for that? If they hadn't given up technology, they would have become unstoppable. They have some kind of sentience. At least they have enough brains to believe in their Machiavan, but it is impossible to understand them. We are completely alien to each other. We are just mud for them. They want to clear the planet of us and turn it into a neat garden. They did that to a dozen worlds already, so keep your eyes open. Good luck.
Good afternoon. And you know what? A sparkling conversation is going to make it even better. It's actually been a while since anyone has asked me about it. Often people wonder why it is that I'm blindfolded. I foresee that one day you will ask me the same question, so I might as well go ahead and answer both. The special energy of an avatar that came into full power does indeed flow into the ones who have defeated that avatar. It doesn't become apparent right away. The ether body changes imperceptibly. I didn't notice anything different at first either. Several centuries ago, I myself fought the avatars of invasions, and eventually I did manage to defeat 6 of them. Not alone, of course, and just like you, I also had my faithful friends and allies at my side. A junior god is not powerful enough to defeat the avatar of a great god on their own. I became an elder god, but the price I paid to do so was high. It is true that it blessed me with great powers, and so I wanted to share these powers with my students. However, to my horror, one by one, my mortal students dropped dead before me, right where they stood, at the very moment our eyes met. I killed many that day. Centuries went by, and the pain of loss went with them. But what remained was a kind of understanding. Avatars are able to carry part of their world inside of them. I took this when I took their power. If you were able to look into my eyes, it would be like looking into that monstrous world through a very thin glass. It is a terrible thing to witness. So my gaze is hidden from mortals.
Mechanoids burned our homes. These creatures have no...
Nerian's Templars detected. They must be eliminated immediately.
New technologies for the defenders of Aelion. Go on, take them. It's part of my friendly assistance program.
Our mechanics cannot start the repair work. The position of the scouting party is unknown.
another one of my ingenious creations. A little something to help you out. From Flavius with love, so to
The
speak.
ships were eliminated 300 years ago. Something is wrong with these reports. That the local mechanoids attacked in a different way. The scissor up ahead is probably not that simple either. A result of evolution? Call it a botanical garden now. some unique dryads to your collection. You'll be blown apart. A minor annoyance. Blocked. Gravitational force will help you. Jump down. Perhaps there are no sharp stakes or anything dangerous. Access to the data center first. There are flight knives in there too. They flourish away from the local lights. There could be water in the data center as well.
Step on.